let's talk real quickly about the Louisiana US Senate race. So what happened?
Well, I think what happened, what you and I said was going to happen. We talked about this on 5 or 6 occasions, and we felt like that Kennedy would not diminish his lead. Statewide official who outspent all the other candidates, probably outspent the first 2 or 3 put together, had a huge PAC that he raised over a long period of time, well known in the state as state treasurer, the only major force. And so he was in the runoff. The disappointing thing, I think, of the 2 congressmen, I felt that and you and I talked about this, that they'd be more effective in raising money in Washington, D.C. It just shows that, quite frankly, they're not that involved in the interlocking activities of lobbying and the fundraising and party activities in Washington, because the party nor lobbying groups or various vested interests didn't come to the fore for either Congressman Boustany or Congressman Fleming. They ran some fairly average ads. I don't think they did themselves justice. They're both pretty competent fellas. Mm-hmm. I know them both, but I thought their ads were very vanilla. Kennedy's ads, Steve, were what the Trump people just love. You know, he says, if you're a terrorist, you're going to shoot you and your friends and your goats. Mm-hmm. Right. They love that. He had some pretty good lines, quite frankly, playing to his crowd. Now, and he's in the runoff with Foster Campbell, popular public service commissioner, Northwest Louisiana. Right now, Campbell is on defensive. He's got to make the big move because we've had 2 other popular Republicans, really in the Maness 3, and that's a Republican vote. And you know that Donald Trump is going to be taping messages, probably a TV spot saying, you got to elect my friend. If I want to straighten out this country, you got to elect my friend John Kennedy. I can see that coming down the pipe. And so Campbell has the governor in his corner, which is very good, very effective. But he didn't raise that much money compared to Kennedy, number one. And he's got a question of growing his base. His vote was 15%, I believe, is what he got. And the other Democrat, strong Democrat in the base, Caroline Fayard, got about 10 or 11%. That combined doesn't get him close to winning this election. And so Campbell's got an uphill fight. Kennedy's in the driver's seat. And if he brings Trump in, he's going to put up quite a blocking barrier right there. Now, it looks like I didn't see the final totals of who controls the U.S. Senate. I know the Republicans do.
Right.
It's by 3 or 4 votes. It's not like.
Right. No, it's not. It's what happened was the Democrats picked up 1.
So as a consequence, the Republicans easily control the Senate. Our vote is irrelevant down here.
Right. It's not going to break it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Campbell's got a huge fundraising effort. Will be quite frankly, unless the National Democratic Party comes in with organization and will do a nationwide campaign to raise money, I just don't think he's going to be successful. And by the way, in Pennsylvania, the 2 candidates, United States senators, spent $109 million, and massive amount of those dollars came from out of state. In Louisiana, because of our jungle open primary, there is, and yet several Democrats and several Republicans, that out-of-state money didn't come in. So without a huge influx of dollars to the Campbell campaign, I think he's going to have a real challenge ahead of it.
Plus, the one thing that wasn't mentioned is I'm not so sure that he's going to be able to get the support of Caroline Fayard. I mean, that was a very, very bitter contest. Probably, other than, say, Boustany and Kennedy, the Fayard and the Campbell contest was very nasty. And we saw what happened last year when, 2 Republicans didn't go with David Vitter. One actually, as you know, Jay Darden decided to support David Vitter's opposition. Vitter was Republican, Jay Darden Republican. I don't know whether or not Fayard is going to just jump on board.
Well, on the other hand, in the conventional race, it'll be fine, a statewide race, but Steve, in a national race like this, when Democrats support the Democrat, Republicans support the Democrat. I don't think Fayard's going to really have any measurable effect. Key Democrats, public school teachers, African Americans, organized labor are going to rally around Kennedy. Rally around Foster Campbell. Take some money to motivate that, but I don't think, and particularly with Trump in the race, a vote for Kennedy is a vote to support Trump, and those ideological lines are pretty well drawn. So therefore, you're going to say, well, I don't know who's supporting this race, so I wonder who the other opponents are endorsing. You're going to vote for the Republican, or you're going to vote for the Democrat, and that's in the state that went overwhelmingly Republican for Donald Trump. That's one of the reasons that it's an uphill fight for Campbell. The thing he's got going for him is that we showed that a Democrat can win with the governor's race, but in the runoff, it was very cantankerous, and you see this whole issue of the extracurricular activities on the part of David Vitter became a major issue that swung a lot of people. By the way, I'm publishing a new book about that election that's coming out here in a couple of weeks called Long Shot, and it revises the fact that for John Bel Edwards to win, he had to get people to vote against David Vitter. The same thing now. Can Foster Campbell find some wedge to get him to vote against John Kennedy, because most of the white Louisianians are going to vote for the Republican. And it's going to be hard to motivate African Americans and other traditional Democratic blocs when there's not much else on the ballot coming up, you see, Steve.
Sure.
All that together, it's going to be a tough fight for Campbell.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he'd be a good senator. I like Kennedy, too. They're both good fellas. But in this case, the Republican definitely has the edge.
Definitely has the edge. I don't even think it's close. Well, Jim, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking your time and joining us. And we'll be putting this up on YouTube, on Bayou Buzz. It's up on Facebook. We'll be sharing it and sharing it further. So a lot more politics left to go.
Well, it's not going to slow down, Steve. And one of the things is now how Trump acts and how he builds a bridge or how he's not successful. Plenty of fodder to talk about coming up in the weeks and months to come. So I look forward to visiting with you. And I'd like to tell your listeners that my column will go up tonight on BayouBuzz.com, the most popular political website in the States. And I look forward to coming back with you again, Steve.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to end this right now. Just 1 second, please. You can use my fingers. The CPU is bear with me.